True home intrusion, nightmares that actually happened. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe for more terrifying true stories. Tonight, we're stepping into the darkest corners of home invasion horror. These are not just stories, they actually happened. Lock your doors, dim the lights, and listen closely to these true home intrusion nightmares that actually happened. Story 1. The Shadow at the Door. Sarah had just returned home from a late shift. After locking the door behind her, she fixed a quick snack and turned on the TV, trying to unwind. Midnight approached and the house was still when she suddenly heard faint footsteps on her porch. At first, she brushed it off as a stray cat, maybe the wind, but then the doorknob rattled hard. She froze, realizing someone was trying to come inside. She turned off the TV and sat in darkness, listening. The intruder moved slowly around the house, jiggling the windows, testing the locks. Each sound grew sharper, louder, more deliberate. Her heart raced as she picked up the phone, dialing 911, praying not to be heard. Even the soft clicks of the keypad sounded like thunder in the silence. Then, everything stopped. The quiet was almost unbearable. She dared to believe the person had gone, but when she glanced at the back door, her heart dropped. A shadowy figure stood there, face pressed against the glass, staring in. Ducking down, she whispered frantically into the phone. Within minutes, flashing lights filled the street, sirens screamed through the night, and the shadow vanished. Police searched but never caught him. And Sarah? She swears she still hears those footsteps on her porch every night, as if the stranger never truly left. Story 2. The Man in Black. On a quiet Sunday night, a family of 4 was settling in. The children were asleep upstairs while the parents relaxed in the living room, grateful for the silence. Suddenly, a loud crash shattered the peace, echoing from the kitchen. The father grabbed the baseball bat he kept near the door and cautiously approached. In the shattered frame of the window, he saw him, a man dressed in black, halfway inside. The father shouted, trying to scare the man off, but the intruder only grinned and pulled a knife. Panic erupted. The mother rushed upstairs to grab the children, her hands shaking as she dialed for help, while the father swung the bat to keep the man at bay. The fight that followed was brutal. Wood smashing against steel, footsteps pounding across the tiles, the echo of grunts and shouts filling the house. Finally, the father landed a heavy blow that dropped the intruder. When police stormed in minutes later, they found him bleeding on the kitchen floor. He was no stranger to crime, a repeat offender with a long history of burglary and assault. The family survived, but the scars were deeper than wounds. They moved out shortly after, unable to shake the image of that man crawling through their kitchen window. For them, the sound of glass breaking would never again be just noise. It was the sound of terror arriving. Story 3. Breathing at the Door. Our last story comes from Alex, a college student living in an off-campus apartment. It was past midnight when he woke to a soft, creaking sound. At first he thought it was his roommate, but then he remembered his roommate was gone for the weekend. The realization chilled him. Someone else was in the apartment. The floorboards creaked closer, each step slow and deliberate, stopping just outside his bedroom door. Alex reached for his phone only to find it dead. He pressed his ear to the wood, and what he heard made his stomach drop. Breathing. Slow, heavy breathing, inches away. The doorknob began to turn. With adrenaline surging, Alex shoved his dresser against the door just as pounding fists slammed into it, rattling the frame. He panicked, heart hammering, then threw open his window and screamed into the night. His cries woke the neighbors. Lights came on across the street, and someone called the police. By the time officers arrived, the intruder had vanished without a trace. No sign of entry, no clue of identity. Alex never learned who it was or why they targeted him. But even today, every night before bed, he still pushes that dresser back against the door, because once you've heard a stranger, breathing inches away in the dark, you never forget it. Outro, calm but chilling voice. These were 3 true home intrusion nightmares that actually happened. Stories that remind us that even in our safest spaces, terror can slip through cracks and shadows. So tonight, before you close your eyes, check your windows, lock your doors, and remember, sometimes the danger's already inside. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying true stories. Stay safe, and good night.